Healthy Harford is a nonprofit organization that inspires and empowers healthy families, people, and organizations in mind, body, and spirit. Healthy Harford is working to make Harford County a healthier place to live, work, and learn. Join us in the next 30 minutes as we hear about all the local resources and partnerships they are making here in Harford County to achieve their mission. I'm Kristy Breslin, and this is Harford MagaScene. Sharon Lickford is the Executive Director of Healthy Harford. She's here to tell us about all the major strides that they're making right here in Harford County regarding education, care, and many local resources. Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Now, Sharon, tell me, what is Healthy Harford?
Healthy Harford is a nonprofit organization that was established 23 years ago by University of Maryland Upper Chesapeake, Harford County Health Department, and Harford County government. And the purpose, the folks 23 years ago had the vision to recognize that there needed to be a standalone organization to convene community partners, health institutions, government together to focus on health and wellness.
What kind of work does Healthy Harford do?
We're doing a lot. We get to work with tremendous partners in Harford County to work to promote health and wellness initiatives in the county.
How does Healthy Harford connect residents to lifestyles and resources right here in our county?
We have three main focuses. The first is really to promote healthy lifestyles. The second is to build community partnerships, and that's primarily with all of our faith-based partners, with the health department, county government, lots of programs and agencies like LASSOS in the community.
Right.
And then the third area is really through care coordination.
What do you mean when you say your organization inspires and empowers mind, body, and spirit?
That's a great question. So that's our mission, is to really focus on prevention and health and wellness in mind, body, and spirit. When we think about health, we think about it in terms of promoting health and wellness in a very holistic way. That if you say, I want to get healthy, people immediately think of diet and exercise.
Right.
And it's much broader than that. It really encompasses who we are as an entire person.
Who does Healthy Harford work with? Is there any prerequisites that need to be met to get in?
No prerequisite. It really is just an interest in health and wellness. And in terms of who we work with, everybody. It's about individual citizens in the community who want to get healthy. It's our partners in the community, such as the hospital, the health department, county government, as well as all of the nonprofit agencies, businesses, to again promote health and wellness.
If someone wanted to volunteer for Healthy Harford, what kind of responsibilities would they have?
We partner with Upper Chesapeake, University of Maryland Upper Chesapeake Health, to go out into the community and host and support health fairs. We also host a very large event. One of our signature events is Healthy Harford Day, which is held in September, and we need volunteers for that event.
We've talked a little bit about Healthy Harford Day, so take me through what happens throughout the day.
It is a full day. We partner with the Bel Air Farmers Market. That was the original idea, is to promote folks to come out into the community and really see the wonders of what a farmer's market has to offer. So we partner with them. About 2,000 folks come. We have 150 vendors, and again, it's to focus on mind, body, and spirit. So we have representatives from the health community to do blood pressure screenings, teach CPR, to learn about basic first aid, to learn about health and wellness, healthy cooking, movement, behavioral health. It's a full continuum, and it's a very full day.
What about some of the other activities that you engage in throughout the year, like the car seat checks or the living simple discussions, and also the mental health first aid? What exactly is that?
That is an initiative. It is worldwide, and it is designed to teach provide a basic overview about mental health and mental wellness. It's an 8-hour course. We offer it each month at the hospital for free. Folks are then certified to basically understand and be able to recognize a person in crisis and to be able to feel comfortable reaching out and responding.
What about the community partnerships that focus on behavioral health, such as obesity and tobacco use?
Yes, those are initiatives that were set forth based on, quite frankly, data, where Harford County, when you compare our health and wellness to other counties, where we're not doing so well. So the health department really serves as the lead, as the health coalition to pull together partners to focus on those three areas: the tobacco, the obesity, and behavioral health. And within each of those areas, we have lots of initiatives that occur.
How does Healthy Harford give the community access to care, especially for those with chronic illnesses?
Yes, that's great. That's one of the areas that is new to Healthy Harford. The University of Maryland Upper Chesapeake Health Systems partnered with Union Hospital and lots of community partners such as Harford County Health Department, Harford County Government, Cecil County Government, Cecil County Health Department, Healthy Harford, to come together to develop an initiative to focus on outreach for folks that have serious and chronic illnesses. And we were recently awarded the grant, which is wonderful. With that grant, we have developed a program called the WATCH program, Wellness Action Teams of Cecil and Harford County.
Now, when you talked about the grant, is that the group of regional healthcare providers?
It is.
Can you tell me more about that group?
Yes, we started about a year and a half ago to really bring partners together to look at developing a project that would convene groups and essentially work to provide intensive support and services for folks that have chronic illnesses. So these are people that have perhaps multiple illnesses such as congestive heart failure, diabetes, behavioral health, among others, that are frequently coming to the emergency room and the inpatient hospital. And the idea is to really align services so that folks can come in and get the support that they need, get stabilized, and then receive additional support in the community.
Sharon, how can we find out more about the programs or maybe volunteer opportunities?
HealthyHarford.org. That is our website, and a great place to go and see about all the activities and the partnerships that we have available.
Sharon, thank you so much. This is so exciting for us to have here in Harford County, and thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Now, we've talked a lot about Healthy Harford Day. It's going to be September 24th, 9 to 1. This is a free event. It's in Bel Air next to the Farmers Market on Thomas Street, and they're going to provide flu shots, blood pressure screenings, and much more. Don't miss out. For more information on that, visit healthyharford.org. I'm now joined with Reverend Dr. Baron Young. He's from St. James AME Church in Havre de Grace. Thank you so much for being with us today and for all your support with Harford County Healthy Living.
Well, thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
You are the pastor of a well-respected church here in Harford County. Tell us about St. James AME.
Well, thank you first for allowing me to be here. It's good to have this moment to share with you just a little bit about the work we're doing there. St. James AME Church is a church that's been serving the community for 167 years. We have a tradition of working with community partners, government, non-profit, and private, serving the community and the needs of the people.
How do you promote healthy living among your congregants?
Well, one of the ways we do it is really through the partnership that we enjoy with the health department, with Healthy Harford. We have a program that is known as Faith, Activity, and Nutrition. We call it FAN for short. It's a program that really began in South Carolina with the AME churches there working in partnership with Clemson University. It's a program that has three components. Faith, where we're trying to inform and educate our congregants on the value of health and faith. And the second component is activity, simply trying to encourage and give opportunities for persons to exercise more, show them some routines they can do, even in their chairs like we're sitting today. And the last component is nutrition, trying to share and demonstrate for individuals how you can improve your diet in very small and non-evasive ways. And so we activate that program and conduct it there at St. James. And we're believing that it's having an effect. We see some of it. We like to see more, but we're happy with the results.
Pastor Young, how did you first become interested in Healthy Harford? How did you find out about it?
Well, really, I've had the privilege of being introduced to this by two county employees. One was working with community services. Her name is Carol Taylor, and the other individual was Susan Twigg with the health department. They introduced me to the programs and activities that would allow me to act out and fulfill my calling as a pastor, not only to my congregants, but to the community.
How have you helped implement initiatives through Healthy Harford?
Well, it really hasn't been me. I've been just a player in the game, so to speak. Through the initiative of the health department called Faith Communities Partnership, we are really one of 9 churches that was invited to participate in getting healthy information and promoting healthy programming, healthy living in our congregations. And through that work, we've been able to make some difference.
Does the church partner with Healthy Harford on various activities?
Well, largely through the Faith Activity and Nutrition Program. I've been involved and invited to participate in seminars, workshops, presentations, sharing with the community what we've been able to do at St. James AME Church.
How important would you say Healthy Harford Day is to your congregation?
Well, just by their sharing of resources, information, and providing ways in which we can learn and advance the learning of how we can live healthier, with some changes in economics and such, but basically without the severe changes that people sometimes think that you have to go through. Yes, it's involving changing habits. Yes, it involves some financial change and shift, because we have found that largely folks that have tried to minimize their financial impact with budgets and diets, that unfortunately the healthier foods cost more. And so that is a big barrier that we come up against when we are trying to explain to people, let's eat more fruits and vegetables. Well, fruits and vegetables cost more than some of the other processed foods. So these are some of the ways in which Healthy Harford has helped us by giving us the information, the tools to use to convert these ideas.
I know that you've been involved with Healthy Harford before. So this year, what type of involvement will you have?
Well, one of the things we're hoping to do this year, some of our officers have begun to talk about it, and that is to participate in Healthy Harford Day. We're looking at perhaps having a booth, and so that way we can share with the community and those who come through that event what we've done and what we're doing at St. James AME Church, particularly as we implement and further expand our work with this FAN program.
Why is working to make Harford County the healthiest community in our region so important to you personally?
Well, Kristy, it's really, I see it as a fulfillment of my calling. One of the things I strongly believe, and if I had to get on the soapbox and preach, it would be that faith is good medicine. Faith is good medicine. Those persons, it's been proven in scientific studies, those who exercise regular faith practices and pursue regular faith activities, they have shown in studies that they seem to have less stress, they have less impact on their health with these disparities that typically affect the African American community. And so as one engages in faith and trust in their understanding of God, they are able to find ways to manage their lives. They have greater hope, greater expectations about prospering in their health, as the Bible encourages us to promote.
Pastor Young, thank you so much for being with us. Some really great insight, and thank you so much for all your support here in Harford County.
Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Well, coming up next, we're going to talk to another one of the strong partnerships from Healthy Harford. We're going to be speaking with the Executive Director of Lassos. Stay with us. Melinda Velez is a strong supporter here of Healthy Harford. She's very active in our community, and she is the founder and the executive director of Lassos. Melinda, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Melinda, for those of us that aren't familiar, what does Lassos stand for?
So Lassos stands for Linking All So Others Succeed. We're a literacy center in Harford County. We provide adult literacy programs such as math, technology, English, citizenship. We provide youth mentoring programs throughout the county for at-risk youth. We do family literacy programs for children from 6 months to 5 years old. And then we serve as a network of service providing to provide the 10 facets that immigrants need during their integration process.
Tell me about your work with the non-native English-speaking community.
So we provide the resources that they need throughout integration. And so when our members come from other places, whether they're newcomers or they're first generation, there are certain things that they need in order to help them be successful so they're active citizens in our community. And so it ranges from classes like English classes or math classes, financial literacy classes, to, my baby's sick, where can I go for help? Or, we need support with regards to legal aid, or we might need better housing, or we're having, some kind of legal issues. And so they come to Lassos, which serves as a welcoming center, and we're able to help them kind of navigate the systems and navigate the different organizations and opportunities that are here in Harford County to help their families feel success.
How has the healthcare of the non-English speaking community been forgotten?
Yeah, and up here we're kind of in a desert. One of the things that we work with Healthy Harford is finding opportunities to support our population, whether it's on educating them on healthy eating, healthy lifestyles, activities that they can do to be active, or working on grants in order to provide extra services here in the county that we might not have without that support.
Is there a large Hispanic population?
We're at 14% in Harford County.
Wow. With all the work that you've done in this partnership that you've formed, how did you first become involved and interested in working with Healthy Harford?
Well, actually, if you go way back to when Lassos actually started, the day that I kind of decided that the Harford County's at a point where we needed it, I was actually at a doctor's appointment with a member. And at the doctor's appointment, I realized, wait, there's something missing here in the county. We're not providing the best services that we can. We were at a doctor's office that they didn't speak the language. There was no language support for them. And there was no way to educate the member on how they needed to change their lifestyles in order to live a healthier life. And so actually healthcare was probably one of the first pieces that kind of was that push that made me realize we've got to do this better. And so as a county, we've been able to grow in that capacity.
How actively involved are you with implementing new initiatives?
With Healthy Harford?
Yes.
Yeah, so when I'm very thankful because the executive director of Healthy Harford and I work really well together, and so when they have a new initiative coming, she always shares the opportunities with us so that we can share it with our constituency.
Now, tell me about some of the initiatives that you have suggested that they implement.
One of the biggest issues that we have with our constituency is the fact that they don't know how to navigate our nutrition. They come from other countries where they're not used to our type of food here in the United States.
Right.
And so being able to work with Healthy Harford, we've been able to offer seminars along with ShopRite. And so we work with nutrition and ways that we can help educate our families on healthy eating so that the kids aren't eating, not so good food. And so they're getting what they need so that they can be productive.
How will you be involved this year with Healthy Harford Day?
Promoting healthy living, advocating for their initiatives, and just really trying to motivate our constituency to continue to live a healthy life.
How will you be encouraging the Latin American community to participate?
One thing that we found through our work is that if you tell them and you educate them, then they engage. And so when they're not told and they don't know of the different opportunities that exist, they can engage. But when we do tell them, we do share with them ways that they can keep active and things that they can do and programs they can be a part of. Healthy Harford's very welcoming, and so they welcome our members to be active agents in what it is that they're doing. It just kind of helps spiral the healthy life that we want them to live as they integrate.
What do you hope to achieve for the Latin American community for having them so involved in Healthy Harford?
I really hope that they can learn about obesity, learn about diabetes, learn, I guess, the signs that they need to be looking for that target, I need help. so that we're not dealing with emergency room issues. It's really about educating and being a literacy point for them with regards to them to be able to live a healthier lifestyle.
Linda, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for everything that you do. You are making such strides in our community with our youth.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, coming up next, we're going to learn more about the Living Well program and talk to Vickie Bands about her work with the senior community. Stay with us. Vickie Bands is the Director of Community Outreach and Health Improvement at the University of Maryland Upper Chesapeake Health. Thanks so much for being with us here today, Vickie. I know we have a lot of important topics to cover.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
What do you do as the Director of Community Outreach and Health Improvement?
So as the director, I'm responsible for coordination, collaboration, implementation of our health education and health screenings programs for the general community in Harford County, as well as some specific programs for the vulnerable populations, the less fortunate populations, as well as responsible for making sure that all of our community benefit that the organization does is captured, reported, all of those kinds of things. Work very closely with the partners in the county to develop new programs, to work collaboratively with them in various programs that have already been developed, sort of the face of Upper Chesapeake for the community.
Now let's talk about this new program that we've been hearing about, Living Well. What exactly is that?
So Living Well is a chronic disease self-management program, and what that means is that it's a 6-week program that we ask people to come and to try to learn a little bit more about their chronic disease, not specifically about the disease itself, but how to manage the disease themselves. We hope that when they finish the class, they are able to sort of identify maybe some of their symptoms better, how to work with their symptoms, how to have better communication, just learn how to deal really with the disease on a much different level. Certainly our goal is to try to keep them well and less sick.
When and where does it take place?
So we're lucky enough to be able to have certain organizations that really welcome us to come in and offer these classes. It's open to the public. So some of the places that we go are the libraries or the senior centers or the activity centers. We run the classes both during the day and evening at various times throughout the year. And people are welcome to call. That schedule changes, so they can call our organization and find out exactly when those classes are offered. We also have flyers that we try to take out to the community and get them posted to our partners and to other organizations and to our physicians. Actually, our physicians are a big point of referral for us for those classes.
Now, once again, tell us, how long is the program?
The program is 6 weeks. That's the basic program.
How long is each session?
It's 2.5 hours once a week for those 6 weeks.
What will the participants learn or accomplish by participating in this?
Great question. They learn to really look at themselves. It's really, truly a facilitated program. It's not a taught program. In other words, we're there to facilitate. Really participatory, encouraging the participants to voice their concerns, to have a lot of discussions about what's happening with them. But specific things that we look at is managing their pain and fatigue, communicating with their healthcare provider, learning how to make good decisions, identifying when they really are having symptoms and need to be seen. They learn about making action plans, sort of setting goals for them weekly. They also are, looking at how to problem solve, how to brainstorm, and how to make some decisions about their own health care and just be more aware. We talk about nutrition and exercise and how important that is with someone that has a chronic disease as well.
How would you define a chronic disease?
So chronic disease is a disease someone gets diagnosed with that there's really no cure. So they will most likely have whatever happens to be their disease of choice, or not of choice, I guess, but it's going to last pretty much their lifetime. So they really need to learn how to manage that, because this is something that most likely is not going away and that they're really going to have to deal with for the rest of their lives.
How hard is it for people to manage a chronic disease?
It can be very difficult. It's very difficult, and depending on your knowledge, depending on your age, depending on lots and lots of things, determines how hard it is to manage your chronic disease. But it is a difficult task for folks that get diagnosed with chronic disease. A lot of parts to that.
Can you maybe give us an example of someone that has a chronic disease and how they go about managing it?
Sure. Typically, a lot of people that have chronic diseases may not have just one. So they may have several that they need to really work with and learn how to manage. And that's really a task. So, for example, somebody could have diabetes, and really we know with diabetes, to manage that condition, people really need to know their food. They need to eat correctly for them and for their disease. They need to be very aware of what they eat. But not only that, they need to be physically active on a daily basis. They need to be able to exercise, if you will, but maintain a really good level of physical activity. If they do that, they're very successful. They're much more successful. Certainly medication can play a part of it as well. But when I talk about people having several chronic diseases, you can have somebody with the diabetes knowing all of this, and they also have rheumatoid arthritis. So now the rheumatoid arthritis is a chronic disease where there's many days these folks have a very difficult time getting out of bed, let alone, have an activity, an increased activity level or be able to participate in an exercise program. So when you're looking at diabetes, they need to be exercising, and then you have rheumatoid arthritis and you have a difficult time doing that. That's how people really have to balance chronic disease. So you can see that it's complex and it's difficult for many people.
How important is it for the caregivers of those who are managing a chronic disease to be knowledgeable as well?
It's very important for them to know, because that's the way they can motivate. They truly can help the person that they're caregiving. You certainly want them to be a positive piece of this disease process and helping people manage their chronic disease. So the more knowledge even the person that has the chronic disease and the caregiver has certainly makes it a better situation for them as far as knowing what they need to do or what they shouldn't do, or how to self-manage, or how to get around today's a bad day. So, well, we won't do this today, but tomorrow's a better day, so we're going to do, this today. So it's very important to have everybody on the same page. And be able to have that knowledge about the disease and what they should and shouldn't do. Now,
I know you do a lot of work with the senior community. Tell me about some of the work that you've done and continue to do.
Sure. We really do go to the independent senior livings and the senior centers here in Harford County on a monthly basis. We always provide blood pressure screenings for these folks, and then each month we usually provide some other kind of program for them, so whatever happens to be that particular month. So like if the month is Diabetes Education Month, we'll go in there and we'll be able to do some testing, some screening for them to see whether or not they're pre-diabetic or they need to follow up with their physician because they're looking more on the line. Certainly we cannot diagnose, but we're screening, but it gives us the information we need to know to be able to send them to their physician and get them there and get them seen early before we run into some problems. But we're there with the senior population every month at every location and really very active with them. And we have a couple programs we do specifically for them. One particularly is the Stepping On program, which is a falls prevention program. So that's very important for our senior population.
Vickie, thank you so much, particularly for everything that you do for the senior community.
Thank you.
Healthy Harford is dedicated to improving the health of Harford County residents through education, care, and local resources. you can help them achieve their mission. If you would like to learn more about the work that they do right here in Harford County, you can visit their website at healthyharford.org. I'm Kristy Breslin. See you next month on Harford Magazine.